There we go. Hello everyone. Today we're back here for another episode of the Brunel Babble with the Residence Ambassadors, and we're here today with the Life Science Society. Why don't you guys say hi?
Hi
Hello.
guys.
Hello, hello.
So
Go on,
I
go
guess
on.
I'll start with a bit of an intro then.
Before you do so, why don't you guys say your names so the viewers can keep up with that as well.
All right. So I'm Cameron, or Big Cammer. As you see, I'm the current chair of the Life Sciences Society.
And I'm Ash. I'm the treasurer of the Life Science Society.
It's nice to have you guys here today. But yeah,
Thank you for having us.
as you were saying, tell us a bit about your society.
Well, so we're the Life Sciences Society. Um, well, we're made up of the actual Life Sciences course, but we've got members from all across campus, all the different what do you call them, colleges, CHLS, and all that stuff. Yeah. So I guess our motto or our aim is just to enjoy science outside of a lecture setting and, to make it more accessible to everyone else. I guess that could be our motto, sort of.
hmm I didn't actually know the life science was like an actual course because I just see on you guys' board. You guys do not only life science, but you guys do a bunch of other courses as well. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
The society aims to support students from the life science course and all other affiliated courses. And with that being said, that goes into biomedicine and other courses within our department. Um, I mean, the life science course was only founded in the academic year 2018 to 19. So the course itself has only been running for 3 years. But it's a very multidisciplinary course and it includes computer science, biological sciences, environmental science, psychology, sports science. So you sort of get the gist of it. But yeah, it's a very new course to Brunel.
Yeah.
And the society itself was only founded in 2019 by Aisha, who is a student on the course. And she came up with the idea of coming together with the society so that all the students within the small course could get together and just kind of explore their options and socialize, and then obviously diversify with other students within that college.
Oh, I thought you were a bot come out just now because you were just putting the link in chat. That's what the bots usually do. Okay. Um, Thank you, Sam, as well, for wishing us a good stream. Um, that is, yeah, that's quite the courses. I didn't actually know it was that new of a course. Because I'm reading here on you guys' board as well. You guys do a bunch of stuff: computer science, biological science, environmental science. We actually had the spokesperson from environmental science last week here, Jeffrey.
Yes, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, he
Ash,
Um,
was
yeah.
great. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the society is open to everyone at Brunel, regardless of their course of study. We warmly welcome everyone who has an interest in our society, and we've actually got a lot of people from engineering and the business school in our society, so that's really
Is
great.
it actually from the business school as well?
Yeah, from the business school, and that includes me because I'm the treasurer. I'm not even from the department, but we've got a lot of
Yeah.
people um, from business school in the society, and it's really, really great.
That's good to hear, for sure. Um, so what exactly do you guys actually do in the society? Like, because it seems such a a broad concept. It's just this joining of different topics. What do you guys actually do?
Well, I mean, as Ash mentioned, our aim is to make it science more accessible for everyone. So we've got we were obviously, because of COVID, a lot of stuff got disrupted, but we were planning on doing, monthly science experiments, um, as well as being a support network. Just fun science stuff, I would say. That's what I like to think of it as.
So,
We're not go on.
sorry, talking about events that we've hosted last year, which was the founding year, we actually had a lot of events. We had free bowling events for all our registered members.
Bowling.
And when I say members, our society is completely free. It's a free society, so
Mhm.
you don't have to buy the membership. So it was a free bowling event. We had a fantastic turnout. We organised library study sessions for life sciences students. There was something called the Genomics Festival. We attended that as a society. And then in the current year now, we've implemented a support system to really support our members, especially the first year students, um, for signposting and final year promotion of research. So we're kind of just acting as a, I wouldn't say backbone, but
I mean, yeah, you could call it a backbone.
we're just there for those students that need us,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because it's quite a weird time at the moment with COVID. And it's obviously very difficult for all of us, but especially those first year students. And considering it's such a small course, they really need the support they can get.
Oh, I see. Understandable. That's actually super, super good. Like you guys being the whole support group for many of these students and all, and for sure this year as well. I'm imagining it's more difficult and all that because the whole online school and online learning,
I mean,
people are probably not as
yeah,
enticed and all that. So it is
no,
good to have that.
absolutely. Yeah, no, it's actually been quite difficult with COVID. But I think we take pride in the fact that we were able to adapt our kind of plans and events for this year. So a lot of the things that we had planned were on campus face to face. But I think we're quite proud of how we've handled the challenges presented to us. I mean, we started doing competitions on our Instagram, and really social media has been our kind of main way of interacting with our members. So recently it was Women's Day in Science. So we had a competition, and obviously whoever the winners were, they won Amazon gift cards. But we've had weekly Friday puzzles on Instagram, Tuesday motivation series on Instagram. So basically, we put something motivational up on Tuesdays. And we also support final year students in promoting their research. Um, but I mean, we've had a lot of events, to be honest with you, like STEM code breakers. We participated in the Project Green Challenge, which was an international competition, and we were actually finalists.
Is it
Um,
actually? Wow, that's a really good
so
accomplishment. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it was to raise awareness about the imprint we have on the environment and how we can reduce the negative impact. So, we taught and inspired our members to remind them about the importance of taking care of the earth. And we actually dropped out when we were finalists because it would have required another 3 months of our work. And we just felt it was going to impact our academic work too much to continue with it.
Mhm. You guys are students after all. Like you're a uni student, so your course unfortunately does come first. It is sad to say it, but like it is kind of true.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like sorry to cut you
no,
off,
go on,
but
go on. Yeah.
you mentioned that because when I first took the role of chair, I was like really excited and stuff, and I was brainstorming all these plans, but then COVID kicked in, and second year for
Mhm.
me is quite
Mhm.
um a lot of volume in terms of my course. So there's so many things that we've had to just put on the back burner, plans wise and stuff. So hopefully next year we should have quite a few upcoming really good events. So yeah.
I hope so. I hope so. They do definitely look quite interesting. I was gonna ask, for you guys personally, what do you guys feel like was the most exciting or events you guys might have hosted, like for yourselves, like as
Hmm.
in like
Um,
yeah,
The do you want to go first, Ash?
are you talking about what we did last year or what we've
as a
done this
whole,
year, what
as a
we've got
whole,
planned?
as a whole.
Um, so I've actually got two things that I kind of really enjoyed doing. Um, Obviously, going back onto the Project Green Challenge, I really, really enjoyed doing that. I mean, we had daily tasks to do in October, in the whole month of October. I mean, there were three levels. It was green, greener, and greenest. So it's just like bronze, silver, and gold. And obviously, as you progress the levels, the more points you get. So I think as a committee, we really worked together to get those points, and it was just very enjoyable. We got to make things from scratch, whether it be homemade products or um, they were all very different and very weird and wonderful. Um, but I mean, that was definitely one, and my other
Can I
one
ask as well,
was
what is the
yeah, go
Green
on.
Challenge for the people who don't know?
Okay, so the Green Challenge was a global environmental competition. It runs every October. Um, and you basically have challenges every day in the month of October for 31 days. And there are three levels. There's green, which is the most, when I say the most simple, I don't mean it was a simple task, but then it was a task that would get you the lowest amount of points. Then there was greener, which would get you the second most, and greenest, which was the third highest you could get. And every day there would be a winner of the challenges. So there would be a winner for green, there would be a winner for greener and greenest. Um, so, oh, sorry. So what it basically was, it was a call to action on environmentally themed challenges to shift mindsets and equip the people that were participating with the knowledge, resources, and mentorship to lead change within, I would say, within their universities, because it was majority was done by universities. And yes, so that was basically it. You would just do challenges based on improving the environment, and then whoever won would get some kind of prize at the end of it. And then whoever was the overall winner, whoever had the most points after that 30 days, were the finalists. And then they would have to stay on for 3 months, and they could go to San Francisco, if that makes
San
sense.
Francisco, wow. You guys
I
ever
mean,
been to
it's
San
difficult
Francisco?
on
I
holiday.
wish.
On holiday, yes, but in this form, no.
Yeah,
It's kind of, I know it's a lot of information to digest in a short period of time, and I'm probably not explaining it as well as I could be.
it's fine, don't
Um,
worry.
but yeah, we were finalists at the end of it, but then we would need to have those 30 days, sorry, those 3 months, and it would be doing this for 3 months, and I think it would have just taken up too much time, to be honest with you. Um, and I think our focus was more based on our academic work as well. So I think it would have impacted us too much to have done that.
Hmm. And it's still quite the accomplishment making it to pretty much like second place. Or
Hmm.
yeah.
And I
Um,
would say the second thing that we're most proud of would be our STEM trivia night.
STEM trivia
Um,
night.
I mean, last year it was great. We had it in person, but this year it was virtual. And we had £50, a £50 gift card used as prize money. And we held that on Zoom, but I think that was really, really successful.
Yeah, that was really good because that was I can't remember when, but it was just during first lockdown when everyone needed a bit of a boost, and that came at a great time. So yeah, and I enjoyed it because I hosted it. So, but yeah, I think it was just what everyone needed as well. Schoolwork was getting a bit too much, and that was a good sort of break for us.
Was it your first event that you hosted as head?
Me, yeah, it was actually.
How did it feel?
Um, I mean, it was because people who do life sciences, of course, they were on there as well. So, and like I know all of them, so that was all right for me.
Hmm.
And I think to answer your question earlier, my favorite event, I think it would be either that one, the STEM night, obviously because I was a leader, but
Obviously, yeah. It just went too well. Obviously because of me, he was hosting it. But like other than that, like
oh
yeah.
no, I just enjoyed not having
Yeah, no,
the
I know.
pressure of
Don't
answering.
worry.
But yeah, I'd say the maybe the collab we did with the card sock because I was like the quiz master there as well,
Oh,
and I
did you
think
guys
I
do a
got a bit.
collab? What did you guys do for
Yeah,
a collab with them?
so it was sort of a quiz slash games night. We played Scribble.io, and then we made like a Pictionary sort of thing with emojis. Uh, so like it would be the name of a song or a movie, but in emojis basically. So like for uh, the It movie, the clown,
Hmm.
it would be just like a red balloon or something like that. Or
Oh,
for
I think
Star Wars,
yeah,
it would
I know the
be
game. I know the game.
and then
Oh,
like
that
the
is pretty
sword
fun,
emoji.
yeah.
And that one, I think I went a bit power crazy because I was just dishing out points and everything, and like taking away points. It was a bit mad. So I'd say that was my favorite one.
And as long as you have fun with it, and as long as everyone has fun, not only you, but yeah. Um,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they all
yeah.
enjoyed trying to get bonus points. So yeah.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Um, so you guys were talking as well about some events you run, and one that did catch my attention is one you guys been promoting as well and all of that recently was the STEM Code Breaker. Wow, why don't you guys tell us about a bit about the whole STEM Code Breaker thing?
So the STEM Code Breaker initially started off as being solely a life science society kind of event. Then we decided to collab with other STEM societies. So we got in touch with Innovia and obviously Jeffrey's Society, which is Environmental Society,
Hmm.
and we set up, I think, in total 9 code breakers. So it was kind of a replacement of our annual motif, and we hosted it virtually during December. Sorry, I've just forgotten. We've also had Bioscience Society with us.
Uh-huh.
So we started it in towards the 23rd of December to the 20th of January. Um, and should I talk you through each of the code breakers? There are about
I
eight
do
in
want to know
total.
what is a code breaker for the people who don't actually know.
Okay, so when we say code breaker, we use different forms of code. And when I say code, it's kind of like a mystery puzzle, if that makes sense. We use different forms. So we use nonograms, Mason ciphers, riddles, if that makes sense. So you've kind of got to figure out what kind of code we're talking in, or what kind of code the code breaker was, and then figure out what the answers were, if that makes sense.
So it is just like a big like scavenger hunt ultimately.
Basically,
Hmm.
basically like that. So, I mean, the first one was from our society. It was a nonogram. It was an image of a letter that was needed to solve the bigger picture, if that makes sense. The final to get to the final answer, you had to solve all these code breakers, and then obviously you would have to unscramble them, and it would give you a name or a word. So I mean, we used nonograms, Mason ciphers, um, a riddle. Um, the environmental sciences was also a riddle. We used Morse code. And I think one of the societies, yeah, it was Innovia. They gave their clues as coordinates on a map.
That's
So
super
people actually had
interesting,
to
yeah.
type this. It was very interesting, and I know it sounds a bit weird when you talk about it, but doing it was actually quite interesting and fun.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, you would type in the coordinates onto Google, go onto Street View, and there was a massive big word on Street View, and we had given people 2 letters, um, and whatever the color of those were red and yellow. Obviously, that was your answer. I don't know how to explain it. You've got to do it to understand.
Yeah, and
Um,
I get what you mean for sure.
but
Uh,
I mean, it needed you to use your intellect. It's not as straightforward.
That's
Um,
why I found it hard then.
mhm.
that yeah, to be honest with you, it was not easy.
Yeah, some of them
But
were tricky.
they took me quite some time. And I don't want to lie, I probably wouldn't have got the Innovia one. The Innovia one really got to me. Um, that was very confusing. The one with Street View and getting all the colours. That was just very weird to me, but it was fantastically done. And obviously, a lot of people won that challenge. 3 people, um, they got there. So yeah,
That's super cool. You had nightmares with it afterwards, just from the frustration and all that from participating in it.
of course. The prizes, they got Amazon gift cards. Um,
Hmm.
so I think it was definitely worth it, to be honest with you.
How'd you guys actually fund all these events that you guys run?
So that's a great question. We initially put in a funding application to the union because they're obviously giving all the funding to everyone. They actually passed our application on to our department. So we're very fortunate that our department is funding us, and that they've agreed to fund our event. Um, so yeah, we're very grateful for that.
That's actually super interesting. That is something I might actually attempt to do for my society, but we'll see, we'll see. Uh, that is how much did he actually like endorse you guys? Like,
Oh, what do you mean by how
is it
much did
like
they endorse?
generous? Like, do you guys still need funding from the union as well, or does it like
So
pretty much like cover it?
we don't actually get any funding from the union at
Mm,
all, because our department agreed to fund us. We don't take any money from the union.
mhm, mhm.
Um, but in terms of how much it is,
You don't need
I
to
would
say
say
like
it's
you
an
don't need to
amount
say
that
like
no, I'm not
yeah.
going to. I'm not going to. I would say we're very grateful for how
Mhm,
much we've got, and not just the funding from the department, but the knowledge and the ability to communicate so easily with them has
mhm,
been really, really not unusual, but it's unusual to have such a good relationship with a department and be able to talk to them so openly and freely, if that makes sense.
Which
So
department
I
is
think
it?
with life sciences,
I
The
think
actual
that
department.
reflects.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that reflects how much we do because when before we started, we'd all after lectures and stuff, we'd all just meet in the library and those kitchen places at uni. I don't actually know what they're called, but yeah, so that was sort of our support network, and then we carried on doing that. So like it shows the fact that the department is funding us shows how much we're doing for the students as well. I feel because I don't know how many other societies have that. So yeah.
Mhm.
so yeah, in particular with us, it's Dr. David Tree who's been really great with
Yeah,
us. He's actually really supported us throughout all of our events. Dr. Tree has been absolutely amazing. He's talked us through any of our academic events. He's really helped with the STEM code breakers, quiz nights. He even joined in on our gaming Discord, which is really great. So, I mean, having such a, I wouldn't say casual, but being able to be comfortable with a lecturer who's able to give you advice as a society is just really amazing to have. And I
yeah,
think,
shout
especially for
out
people
to
on the course, it's really an amazing opportunity because that's not something I've come across in my department, which is economics and finance, and it's not something I've heard other students having. So I think, in that sense, we're very, very lucky to have such an amazing and supportive department.
It honestly just sounds great. Like, getting so much support from lecturers, having like such a strong community, and like such a good supportive group. It actually sounds super lovely for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys like have like planned for recently? Like, do you have any events planned right now in the future and all that?
Cameron?
well, we can't give too much away if you know what I
Oh,
mean.
can we have like a little sneak peek here on stream?
Um, so we've got
Uh,
the ongoing gaming Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of a monthly thing that we need to set up. We've got the reward scheme actually that we've just started. So obviously, some of the events will have prizes and stuff like monetary prizes. Um, but we wanted to think how could we instead of just giving money like Amazon gift cards and stuff, I want to think how can we make it a bit more competitive, like even just for the gaming nights. So we came up with a system. I'm not sure if it has an official name. It's based on a point system. So if you basically you get rewarded for interacting with us. For example, if you join us on one of our game nights and you win Among Us or one of the games we play, you get a certain amount of points. Um, if you interact with our socials, that's some points there. And so each event will be worth more. So yeah, and I think you get points for even just joining. So there we go.
so it's basically whoever has the most number of points, they all get added up cumulatively at the end, and they get put into a reward pot. And then at the end of it, whoever's highest on the leaderboard. So I think I don't know how many it is, but the top few people, they'll get a prize, and the runners up will get
£50
something.
Amazon
Well,
voucher.
no, Cameron, we don't know the amount.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Right,
Uh,
that gives away secret information there.
So you're saying just by interacting with guys on
So
socials,
we're
you
not
get
confirming the
points.
amounts, but we
Is
will
it?
definitely get some form of gift card.
That's good to know. That's good to hear. So you guys are saying just by interacting with you guys, yeah, on the socials, we get points, right? So by that logic, how many points do we have? Because I know we have been interacting with you guys quite frequently, as of lately. How many points would you guys
To be
award
honest with
us?
you, yeah, of course, we would have to add it up. We've got an Excel sheet that is ongoing at the moment. And once we've got it all done, we will get back to you with that with our leaderboard.
I'll be
I
looking
think we
forward to
need
it.
new interactive societies, or I don't know if we have societies on there. You might have, might be the first. Congratulations, extra points for you.
We're not a society, but yeah,
Well,
that's good to hear.
Live on the
yeah,
stream.
yeah,
We're a very professional service provided by the uni, so
Yeah.
of
don't
course.
worry. Um, how would you envision the society in like 5 years from now? How would you say?
In 5 years, okay, I'm going to take this over, Cameron, because we've spoken about this.
Okay, imagine like you're
Um,
stuck at
Like
uni, like
minutes.
you're doing it a few more years. How do you envision them?
I mean, we really, I mean, after Aisha founded the society in 2019, we've all kind of got a very similar vision that we want it to be a very successful society. Within 2 years, I think we've done tremendously well
Yeah.
compared to new societies. And considering we're a STEM based society, I think we're doing exceptionally well. Obviously, we've had the drawbacks of COVID, but I think, again, we've adapted well. And I think our members are receiving us very well. But in 5 years' time, I see us expanding phenomenally. I think we're going to have definitely going to have a lot of support from the department. And considering the amount of support we're getting from the department at the moment so early on, I can only imagine that we're going to grow exponentially.
You guys have been
I
super
think,
successful as well, so that's gonna like help you guys out for sure.
and
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I'm not trying
making
to
sure.
boast and I'm not trying to gloat either,
Please do,
but
please
I
do.
think I'm trying to be as humble as possible.
Yeah, it's a
But
humble.
so I'm going to eat the humble pie. But really, I do see this being a very strong support system, not just for students on life sciences, but for
Anyone.
biomedicine and all the multidisciplinary courses affiliated with life sciences. Um, but really, I do see this being, um, I think it will be one of the best societies at Brunel within the next 5 years.
That's good
One
to
of the
hear.
best STEM
That's good to hear.
societies.
Best
And it's not
society
only
for now
academic,
2020.
not only
2021 red
academic, but
line,
it's
yeah.
social as well.
Hmm.
So really, I think we all want it to be um, one of those places where students can come and feel comfortable, if that makes sense. They don't feel pressurized just to talk about academic work,
Hmm.
just because it's called the Life Science Society. It's actually a very, very chill society. Um, but I think you get the gist of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What about you, Cameron? What do you think? 5 years from now?
Mm. I mean, we've done a great job with interacting with other societies, and we're just like the life sciences course, we're really interdisciplinary. We've got people from all across the board, so I think that's helped us make these links with other societies, such as all the other STEM ones. And I can only see us interacting with more societies, hosting more events with them. So yeah, that's in 5 years. I think we're going to be massive. I don't want to jinx it, so don't quote me on that.
Do you think you could be like
Yeah.
Brez or racing in terms of popularity?
Oh,
Or
of course.
are they too hard to tackle?
Uh, well, ask me in 5 years. But yeah, I think that's one of our main advantages. We're such a diverse, not just society, but a diverse course as well. Like we've got friends all over. So yeah.
Hmm. Because it's the same with them society, like the whole Brazilian racing. They get like full endorsement from the department, and
Yeah.
they are quite big because of that. And like they have the resources, they have like the room allocations, they have a bunch of stuff like that, and that is something you guys pretty much have as well. So it is super good to see that, and it does mean that you guys have a lot of room to improve and grow for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're just we're the little cousin of biomed. So I mean, even the course alone has just been running for a few years. So I think right now we're still learning, growing as a society, and I think the next few years going to be amazing for us because we're still so passionate and say young, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a
So
very young course and a very young society. Obviously, we're still on our learning curve. But I think you've got to learn to grow, haven't you?
Hmm. Gotta
so
learn
yeah, I
with your
think
mistakes
we've
as
got
well, for
more.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you were
think
saying
we've
though.
got a lot more potential and growth coming up for us in the next, not even
Absolutely.
5 years, in the next year. As soon as this thing that I'm not going to mention, because we hear it right now, as soon as it goes away, we're sorted. We had
We're
so
back in
many,
business. I mean, we had a
yeah,
lot
back in
planned.
business, baby. Come on. So yeah.
Question. Besides what's going on right now, what do you feel like is one of the biggest challenges you might have tackled so far with the whole society?
Um, do you mean since starting the society?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
I think our greatest challenge was getting students to actually engage with that. Obviously, the course was very, very small. Um, it
I
was
mean,
difficult to get everyone on board in the beginning. But I think the way we reached out to people was, I think it was effective. And since starting a society, we've got everyone on the course in our society. Um, but I mean, I think starting the society was the hardest part, to be honest with you. Getting it
yeah, just
started
gaining
was,
that initial traction, I'd say.
yeah. Obviously, everyone's going to have issues when, during the first few days. Um, but I think we've overcome that as a group, not just the committee, but I think with our members, we work together to resolve those issues.
Just,
Um,
go on.
Go on, Cameron.
I was gonna say, just to add to that, I think at first, because obviously I don't know that much about the rest of the STEM societies, but I think we're not separate, but have an advantage because we're a bit smaller and we don't take it too seriously. Like we want to make science accessible and fun for everyone. So I think as soon as people realize what we were about and we spread our message, then that really helped us take off. As soon as people realize the events we do and stuff, that's when we got over that first hurdle, I would say.
Hmm. I mean, for sure. Because I'm gonna confess a bit. Like before actually, interacting with you guys on Instagram and all that, I had no idea what your guys' society like was about. Um,
No, of course.
Well,
and I
that's what
didn't
we're
even know it
here
was a
for.
course at all. So I was super interested
Yeah.
in knowing more about you guys for sure.
I mean, and that was one of the reasons why we wanted to make the society more accessible. I mean, it was to make science more accessible. And
Yeah.
I think that was also a really hard part of the society as well, coming up with ideas and communicating with the non science members. I think that was another struggle for us.
Hmm. But I'm glad it's all figured out right now because you guys have been gaining quite the traction as of recently. And on that note as well, I wanted to ask, for new founding societies right now, like new societies starting out like this year, what would you give out as advice for them?
Ooh,
That's a
can't
good
give
one.
away society secrets here, so we have to somehow
Give us the
I
secret
would
recipe,
say
yeah, for society success.
the three
definitely
secrets for success. Think about that.
uh, don't be scared to reach out to other societies. That's definitely one. That's a big one. Don't be scared to
Yeah.
ask for help. You've got a passion for the society that you've just started, or that you've just joined. You've got to some. I think within the committee, you've got to make sure that you guys are supporting each other. You've got to be on the same page. You've got to have great teamwork between you. You've got to have that rapport with each other. I mean, there's no point being on a committee just for the position, if that makes sense.
It does give you the Brunel
You
plus points, so I mean, it does have some benefits to it.
I
No, but I
I know
mean,
that.
Yeah.
you've got to make sure that if you are putting yourself down for a position where you're going to end up working with people that you don't necessarily know, um, make sure that you're one of those people that is willing to put in work and willing to make the society work, if that makes sense. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
Hmm. Obviously,
I just
obviously.
mean, you just got to support each other. But yeah, definitely, apart from getting along with each other, definitely reach out to other societies and collaborate with them. It's the best way to get your name out there.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
key at first.
and hop onto social media, Instagram, whatever it is. For me, I think Instagram is really the best way to do it. Um, but yeah, just definitely collab with other societies and within the committee, make sure that it's not one person doing all the work and everyone,
That is very
just
important,
kind
yeah.
of taking a back stride. Because at the end of the day, we're all at uni for our academic careers. So it shouldn't just be on one person, it should be teamwork. But I think, yeah, those are my two. I'm repeating myself, but teamwork, you need great teamwork and definitely collaborate with other people.
What about you,
And
Cameron?
social.
Any new insight as well?
I
Uh,
think she's stolen my content.
Solid
I'd say,
camera.
yeah. For me, the most important one is networking with other societies. Um, 'Cause the amount of new members we've got from our networking events has been really great. So one would be networking, and I would say the second one definitely socials, because the amount of people we've got from socials as well. I mean, I've got the notifications for Instagram now. I don't know if it's us doing this Twitch thing right now or what, but
We're
Instagram
getting
is
a lot of
popping, yeah.
followers. We're getting a lot of
Instantly
DMs.
popping right now. Yeah, actually,
I'll
Yeah,
follow you guys right now, so why not?
thank you.
love it.
But
I'll
I think,
I'll check actually. I'll hold you to that. I can see the notifications. I've
but
got
yeah,
a couple
going
of DMs there as well.
just quickly going back onto what advice we would give to a new society. I think something that Aisha, who is the founder of the society, would strongly advocate is have fun with the society, enjoy the experience. That's definitely something that she told all of us to have fun with it and enjoy the ride. Because obviously you're going to have your ups and downs, but you just got to go with the flow really and just enjoy it.
Hmm. You guys do
Definitely,
definitely
yeah.
seem like you're quite passionate and you are enjoying the society and just meddling with it for sure. Uh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, our events are so fun. Anyways, every one I've attended or hosted, I've ended like thinking, yeah, that was great.
Hmm. That's good to hear for sure. Let's hope it continues to be like that, and you guys do have keep with the traction you guys have, and just overthrow all ruling societies and just become the number one from Brunel.
Yeah, the Monopoly Society.
I mean, it's
Definitely.
not a competition. At the end of the day, it's not the end of it's not a competition. We're all here to support each other, and it's not about becoming the number one society. I think it's about growing with other societies. We don't want to leave anyone behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're quite. I know other societies can be a little bit. They can be quite competitive, if that makes sense. But we're more of a. We want to grow with everyone else. We don't want to go. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves either. We don't want to make enemies on the way either. We want
No.
to make friends.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of like any like society like drama going on. Uh,
Actually, I haven't heard of. I
yeah.
mean, I'm sure there are committee dramas,
Yeah.
but in
I'm
terms
aware of
of
that. Yeah. I
society,
know a few.
I mean,
Yeah,
politics are everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very pleased that there are no society dramas, and we are all a very supportive community at Brunel. I'm very happy about that.
Mhm.
I think it's interesting that you've just what Asher said just really made me think and realize that it's not necessarily being the biggest, just like the actual course. I mean, my year, there's only about 25 people in it, I think 27 in the whole course for second year. And I think that means that we've come really close. It sounds cheesy, but sort of like a tight knit family. And I think that's the same thing we've got going on with the society as well. So I don't think being the biggest isn't necessarily the best, because I'm in some society group chats and I've just muted them on WhatsApp, you know. I think
Yeah,
it's about quality, not quantity, I think is the important thing.
that's very well said. So was this like eye-opening for you right now, her comments? Are you like
Yeah, she's
gonna run the
blown
society
my
now
mind.
with a new open mind?
Yeah,
Um,
I've just had an epiphany.
that's cool. That's cool. Um, Kamal, do you want to add anything as well? I know you've been there listening. You haven't really said anything so far.
No, I just wanted to add, it's really great to hear that even though your society is really young, only 2 years,
Hello?
can you
I
hear
can't
me?
hear anything. Or is it just me?
Can you not hear
Can you
me?
not hear? I hear her fine. Yeah.
Oh no, I'll just
Can
repeat
you
that.
hear her?
Can you hear me
Yeah, I
now?
can hear her. Can you not hear her?
No, I think it might just be me.
Do you want to try to log back in? Not log back in, like leave and join again, Kamal, the Discord.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah. Are you sure you didn't have her muted? Because
Ooh, Cameron, you
hear
might
me
have
now?
her muted.
I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I'll just repeat what I said. I just wanted to say that it's great that although your society is only 2 years old and it's fairly new, that you've grown so quickly, and the advice that you've given to us for new societies. I just had one question. What do you wish you knew before you had taken on the roles in the committee?
did you guys get
Is
that?
that directed at Cameron or both of us?
I think it was both of
To
you.
to either
Yeah.
of you.
Cameron, do you want to answer or?
I think he's gone. No,
You go
there you
first.
go.
I'm having some connection issues.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Go
Sure
on.
thing, sure.
goodbye.
Okay,
Hello?
that's a good question. As treasurer, first society that I was. Oh, I think my headphones have just died.
They did, yeah.
Volume on
Don't worry.
Yeah, no, as treasurer, this wasn't the first society that I was joining a committee on. But I think something I wish I had done before joining was networking a little bit more with the students on the Life Science Society course, in the society and the course, sorry. But I mean, I had experience in the role with obviously my previous societies. But I think I also wish I knew how time consuming it was. And I don't mean that in an absolutely negative way, but it does take a little bit of effort going to and fro to the union, and then obviously it was passed on to the department, the finance issues. But I think obviously now it's the second year running, I've got more experience doing it, so it's not too bad. But I think just because it was a new society, it was more time consuming compared to more not more, but to longer running societies, if that makes sense.
I think that's a great response. But following on from that, do you think because the society was so new when you joined the committee, you were really able to build it the way you wanted to, and you didn't really have to follow any rules of the previous committee?
So in terms of rules of the previous committee, because we were new, I don't really know. I can't really answer that aspect, but I joined a committee where I've got friends, if that makes sense. So we obviously Aisha founded this society. She came up with the idea of the Life Sciences Society. She came to us before even starting the society and said, look, this is what I want to do. These are my aims. And then obviously we all sat down. A lot of late evenings and nights we had, early mornings, talking about what we wanted for the society, what she wanted to see happening. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to add anything else to that? What about you, Cameron? Do you have any, do you want to answer the question as well?
Oh, I think I just cut out.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't hear
I
you
got
for like
worried.
a while now.
Sorry, cut out,
Oh.
but go on.
No, if you want to finish
The
as well,
question
like, because you were just finishing up. Might as
Yeah,
well
go
just
on.
yeah. Yeah, you can finish up,
Thank
Ash.
you.
Yeah. What you were
Sorry, I
saying.
think my internet's going a little bit weird. I don't know how much was cut out, but I'll pass over to Cameron.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry.
One thing I think Ash, I agree with Ash. The amount of time it takes, again, not in a negative way, because I've really enjoyed doing stuff, but especially this year, it's a bit more of a commitment than normal years. So I wish I could have planned ahead a bit more. 'Cause there was one idea that I came up with that I haven't been able to do, just because of all the logistics and the amount of planning it took. It just sort of fell through, sort of thing. So I think anyone who wants to start or join a committee board, definitely have a plan and of action and set goals within certain set times, because ideas will fall through quickly. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's something I think we're quite proud of. We had a very strong game plan starting the society. So, I mean, we've tried to get our members involved as much as possible, not just our members, but students from Brunel. We had a mascot designing competition, and I think we had people from graphics and art coming over to us with amazing designs. And we decided to have penguins, a penguin as our mascot, and it was
That's
actually
cute.
designed. And we released the results on Freshers, which was great in Freshers Week. So we had lots of engagement in that sense.
Everyone else's drawing put mine to shame, I'll tell you that.
What was your
I
drawing?
cannot draw. I can only draw stickmen. How about that? And everyone else with all these different colors and shading and all this stuff. I was like, raw.
People were really impressive, and I think
Yeah.
someone sent us a message and said, "Penguins for happiness and world domination." Submission. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So what you guys need to do is get them big mascot outfits as well. Just kind of like waddle
Absolutely.
through the university just as a penguin.
I don't mind wearing a penguin. Like, I'll put on a onesie and walk through uni. I don't mind. Actually, you know what? Let's write that down. That's a
I'll
good
tell you that. That's gonna get so much attention to your guys' society if you
What?
actually pull something like that off.
You have just given us an amazing idea. So thank you for that.
Literally, you know what? Because you've given that idea, you might as well jump on it with us. What's your mascot?
What's my mascot? I mean, I fully endorse the penguin. I think it's a great idea for sure.
I'll order 2 penguin onesies. With
I mean,
campus.
we love penguins. It just had to be penguins.
Yeah.
But no, that's an amazing idea, and I think we're definitely going to steal that and credit that to you.
Yeah, text the group chat right now. Penguin.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that actually being a thing. Me just walking through campus, I just see some penguins just kind of waddling through. I'd
I'll
join
send
that
you
society right away. I mean,
Literally, yeah.
No, that's definitely going to be something on the top of our. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you got any more ideas? This is good.
you can hire me. It's fine. I have great ideas. Don't worry. I'll be part of your guys' committee next year. I'll just make a bunch of ideas. You could just add me as the idea man. Yeah.
You know what?
You have
Of elections, sorry to cut you out. We actually do have some posts that are open. Obviously, nominations have closed now, but in the upcoming October elections, we'd love to have new people on the committee.
A fresh new face is always great. New ideas, new everything. It's always good to have. Yeah, for sure.
Yep, of course.
Do you want to add anything else, Kamal, as well?
No, nothing to add. It's just been really insightful talking to you guys and listening to everything that your society has been through, and inspirational as well. I hope people listening are inspired to start that society that they've been thinking about.
Absolutely. I can't recommend it enough. It's a thing I think that one can do. And really, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So one last question before you guys head off. What's your guys's what do you guys enjoy more about the society?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What was that
What do
last
you
bit?
guys enjoy most about the society?
I think I think I really enjoy networking with other people. I think just unifying everyone within the course and obviously from other disciplines. I think it's just one of the not the best feelings, but it's a very warm feeling knowing that you're getting other people to meet each other. And that through the events that we're hosting, other people are meeting people that they wouldn't normally talk to or bump into at uni, if that makes sense. So people from engineering are getting in touch with people from business school and vice versa. And it's just, it's really, really good to see that people are mixing with each other. If that makes sense. So people are making friends. And I know that I can only speak from last year's experience. I made some of my friends from the society. And I wouldn't have met them had it not been through them attending events that we hosted, if that makes sense. So I think that's something that we really enjoy doing, and organising events like no one else has. So that was definitely the best part, I think, organising events that no other society has. Yeah.
Yeah, going back to what you said, for sure, joining societies is a great way to meet new people, and is very, very important. Like I can recommend it enough as well, for like new students joining the university. I've met like you said, I've met like a bunch of people like from these past few years, like in different societies, and it's honestly the best. Like if you're not in any society right now, like I really do urge you guys to like join one.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And people not living on campus, I think it's particularly difficult for those people to make friends outside of their course, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think joining societies is absolutely vital, and it's a prime way of connecting with other people on campus.
Are you part of many other societies as well?
So like I said, economics and finance, photography, and DESI society.
Mm-hmm.
I was a part of it, not on the committee for other societies, but they're not really that active this year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So whilst I am a member of them, I wouldn't say they're active, if that makes sense. You haven't really had any communication from them. But I really appreciate being a part of the ones that I'm in, especially life sciences. I think this is the most active society that I am a part of. And I'm actually very honoured that people voted me into the position that I'm in, and that I had the opportunity to represent the society.
Honestly, that it really does sound great. Wait, Cameron's kind of like, yeah, there you go. Here you are.
Right.
As I'm back,
Welcome back.
my Wi-Fi just crashed. I had to turn on the my hotspot.
Don't worry.
What did I miss?
Did you hear the last question as well? I was asking, what do you enjoy most about the society?
I would say being able to be the quiz master and give out points. And
Jokes aside.
I think I've really sorry, what was it? But yeah, I think I've really enjoyed the hosting side because I prefer that sort of stuff. So yeah, and I think I would be the only one to wear the onesie. So yeah.
You and I both know that Aisha and I will happily wear that onesie.
I don't mind then. All three of us wear it. How about that?
Honestly, I would walk around in Uxbridge wearing that onesie. I'm so proud.
Oxford, you're crazy then. I was just saying campus, but you.
It's commitment, Cameron. Commitment to the society.
Okay, you have to do it as well then.
Me?
Then I'll jump on. Yeah, you said you wanted to be the ideas, like the creative person.
Sure. I'll Sure thing.
Yeah,
Get back to me in like a few months' time. I'll totally do it.
Yeah, but yeah, other than hosting, I think the services we provide, like helping not only the life sciences students, but students from any students we have, really, the services we provide in terms of support and even just a fun place to hang out and learn some cool nerdy science stuff. I think that's the best thing about us, and that's something I've really enjoyed.
It honestly does sound like a great society. But yeah, I think it is time for us to end. Do you guys have any closing thoughts, closing words you guys would like to mention as well before we end?
Just
Um,
briefly, even though we had organised a lot of events during COVID, we had to cancel a lot, which hopefully we can bring back in the next academic year. I don't know if I'm meant to be saying this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway.
exclusive secrets right on the Twitter.
Secrets brought to you through this podcast.
Yeah.
Something that we've wanted to do is actually plant cherry blossom trees on campus,
Ooh,
Um,
that looks so nice.
and able to honour the society.
Yeah.
You know, to say the start of something. And we just want something permanent to stay on campus, so that the future. I know this is going to sound very weird, but so that the future generations can actually see that, you know, what started off as something so small has turned into something really large and wonderful, if that makes sense. Without sounding too cheesy, but that's what we would really love to do.
Oh, that actually sounds great. Like super wholesome. Yeah.
I'd love to see more trees on campus. So I think just making it a little bit more environmentally friendly, but just having a nice little thing to look at when you're on campus and just remember us.
You guys should probably collab with Jeffrey as well for that.
Yeah, definitely. We've spoken to Jeffrey about it, but this is going to be something exclusively for the Life Science Society.
You're taking all the crown, yeah.
No, not that, but we just want one
I know.
for ourselves, and then obviously we'll do some more planting and gardening based stuff with other societies. That was meant to happen this year, but obviously with COVID, it's just not appropriate to do that. But cherry blossoms are really lovely.
There's not many of them as well around the university.
I've got one in my garden actually. It's so pretty, especially in summer.
Yeah, in my area as well, but I haven't seen many in Uxbridge, and I've definitely not seen one on campus. So I think as a committee, we thought that would be a lovely idea.
Yeah.
Again, like we had a life science cafe, so it was very, you know, grab a drink, just chill out with people. But that's kind of it, yeah. And are we allowed to shout out our Instagram?
You're more than welcome to, yeah.
So I'm going to give a cheeky promo for ourselves. On Instagram, you can follow us. Our Instagram is Brunel.
I have put it in the chat. It is in the chat, yeah. But yeah, do say it as well.
Yeah, it's Brunel _LSS. Our WhatsApp group chat link is also in the general chat. We've got a society Gmail account, so it's just lss.brunel@gmail.com. We've got Slack, which is only exclusive to life science students. That's the only platform that's for people on the course. And number 5, we've got Discord. We've got a Discord server for games, and that's open to everyone. And that concludes my self-promo, so thank you.
Do make sure to follow the society out, because they're hosting super cool events apparently, and I wouldn't want to miss it for sure. What about you, Cameron? Any closing thoughts, closing words?
Yeah, just if you guys see 3 penguins in Uxbridge business, all right, don't worry, keep it stepping. That's okay. But yeah, like I said, just stay tuned for the next year or two. All these ideas that we haven't been able to do, we've just added them to the bucket list, and as soon as we, can return back to uni and stuff, we're gonna roll them out. So yeah, big things coming the next year or two for us.
Well, I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. I think it was a really good podcast. We got to learn so much about you guys' society. It was very enlightening, and it is such a good society. Like, it's such a good support group. It is very open-minded, very inclusive. Seems like a great society for sure. And I do wish you guys best of luck running it with future events as well.
Thank you.
And I'll be awaiting the amazing collab with the penguins or whatever.
Yeah, if you get onesie in the post, you know what to do. Yeah.
I better see it. I'll hold you to that as well.
I'll say no.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for joining. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you for having me.
I don't actually know what next podcast we have, but either way, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for the support as well. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you very much, guys. See ya. then for another podcast. Maybe we can collab again some other time. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.